One of the things that struck me actually when I first became Chief Executive of the London Clinic was actually how diverse our culture is. And it's miles more diverse than the organisation that I previously worked for. And that's actually a real joy. It means that there are so many people with in different walks of life, with families across the world, with many stories to tell. And that is something to celebrate. And that's what National Inclusion Week is all about.
As matron at the London Clinic, I see patients and staff sometimes at their most vulnerable, and particularly in healthcare. Being inclusive in patients and staff's priorities across their well-being, their health, their religion, their perspectives, their sexuality is very, very important. Some people will want to be very discreet about their individual circumstances, and others will want due care and consideration paid to their specific needs. But being inclusive as an organisation through our staff and for our patients is a very motivating aspect of my job as matron.
I think seeing the London Clinic unfurl its very first pride flag outside the front door on Devonshire Place was a real key moment this year. It's a symbol for me of the way in which we've gone about including everybody in the organisation. It's a symbol of how open we are. Perhaps something that wouldn't have been achieved a few years ago, but it's a real symbol for me of what we can do to help people feel part of an organisation that they want to belong to. And I hope very much over the next coming few months and years we can do similar things.
I think it's less important for me as an executive board member to talk about my experiences of inclusion and diversity, and much more important for me to listen. Sometimes I look at the board on which I serve and the board of trustees, and it doesn't always feel fully representative of the community that we serve, and that matters deeply to me, and it matters deeply to my colleagues on the board. I think it's important that we build a culture that encourages and values and celebrates diversity and inclusion, and we work out together what are the blockers and barriers that are preventing people from moving up in the organisation, if there are any, and we start working towards tearing those down.
I really value the diversity that we have within our staff at the London Clinic. We have 34 nationalities represented across our staff. For me, that's really important. I'm not from the UK, and I think that the London Clinic becomes your home, and it allows us to learn about each other's backgrounds, about our cultures, and understand each other better. It means we can support each other, and I think it makes for a really interesting and fun place to work. So diversity is really important to me from that perspective.
Why do I think diversity is important? From a selfish point of view, I think that it's really about we can learn so much from other people, and there are other perspectives, approaches, just not so much their backgrounds, although obviously you learn from that, but to me it's just we can always learn, and through that, certainly on projects, problem solving is a big deal, and you get different perspectives all the time, and if you're just very, very blinkered, then we end up with the same problems again and again.
As you can tell, I myself have come in from overseas and built my career here as a doctor, and I've been fortunate in the sense that I've never felt my background or ethnicity has made any difference to my career progression. The people who have trained me, who have interviewed me and appointed me, have always appeared blind to my ethnicity, and they have made their decision on merit. And that's how I think I would like to behave towards others.
So I'm really pleased to be celebrating National Inclusion Week. I've got my badge. I will be wearing it. Thank you.